Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Got a whole bunch of good news stuff for you today as usual, and we're going to start it right off with Russian intelligence officers mined Bitcoin to fund attacks against the US democracy. So I'm not really particularly sure if I believe the Russian attacks against the US elections and all that jargon. I suppose that's a story for another day and really doesn't necessarily have to do with cryptocurrency, but apparently now it does, I guess. So on July 14th, 2018, the Department of Justice indicted 12 officers of the Russian intelligence agency, the main intelligence directorate of the General Staff, GRU. These GRU agents allegedly executed large-scale hacking attacks aimed at interfering the 2016 U.S. presidential election. So apparently the United States government, or at least CNN, is still not over this. So specifically, the indictment first count conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States. Ooh, always against the United States. Charges that GRU agents engaged in cyber operations that included the staged releases of hacked documents. The indictment's 10th count, conspiracy to launder money, details how the GRU agents used the cryptocurrency to fund the infrastructure they used in hacking operations. So they state the defendants conspired to launder the equivalent of more than 95,000 through a web of transactions structured to capitalize on the perceived anonymity of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Even though Bitcoin is not necessarily an anonymous currency, but I suppose it kind of can be if you don't know what the public key is to the person who is sending or receiving. So GRU agents also used US dollars and other fiat currencies. However, the indictment points out conspirators principally used Bitcoin when purchasing servers, registering domains, and otherwise making payments in furtherance of hacking activity. So, for example, GRU agents were paid from funds originating from an unnamed online cryptocurrency service for the registration of the domain, dcleaks.com, and the leasing of a server registered with the operational email account. You know, maybe the Russians just didn't like Hillary, like nobody else did, apparently. So, moreover, Russian intelligence agents used the account under the name Gifidel47 to receive Bitcoin payments requests from different email accounts. GRU attempted to avoid detection of their operations on the assumption that Bitcoin transactions were anonymous. So the quote here is, the use of Bitcoin allowed the conspirators to avoid direct relationships with traditional financial institutions, allowing them to evade greater greater scrutiny of their identities and sources of funds. It says, however, the indictment explains Bitcoin transactions are registered on the blockchain with their respective Bitcoin addresses, which are alphanumeric identifiers. These addresses allowed U.S. investigators to identify some of the conspirators' digital transactions. And it goes on to say that they mined Bitcoins to fund the cyber attacks, which seems a little inefficient because it costs a lot of money to start mining. But I suppose you probably could have just bought the Bitcoin and then laundered it around and then spent the Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency. But they chose to mine it, which I suppose, but just seems a little inefficient to me. So a quote here says, in addition to Bitcoin mining, the conspirators acquired Bitcoin through a variety of means designed to obscure the origin of the funds. This including purchasing Bitcoin, well, I guess they did, through peer-to-peer exchanges, moving funds through other digital currencies, and using prepaid cards. They also enlisted the assistance of one or more third-party exchanges who facilitated layered transactions through digital currency exchange platforms, providing heightened anonymity. So apparently they did buy some Bitcoin, use those prepaid cards and such. But again, mining seems a little inefficient if you want to go ahead and do that. So the next article I have is there is one guy controls the Lightning Network's biggest node, which I don't really see as a problem so much, but it is quite the large node for sure. BTC supporters were elated to discover recently that Lightning Network's capacity had spiked by 216% in just one day. Some individuals suspected the conference had sparked more Lightning Network interest. However, onlookers have found the spike was due to a single node created by the owner of shitcoin.com. According to Lightning Network explorers, the node holds more than 49% of the Lightning Network's total funds. So everyone's talking about one node that holds more funds than 49% of the entire Lightning Network. So there's a new Lightning Network node on the block that has BTC supporters in a frenzy trying to figure out why one person has so much money on this nascent network. At the time of writing, the so-called holds 35.24 Bitcoin, or $220,000. The node is operated by Andreas Brecken, the owner of shitcoin.com, who has detailed he plans on doing a review of the Lightning Network. Brecken's shitcoin.com reviews a wide variety of currencies like IOTA, Tron, EOS, and Dash. Brecken's node is massive compared to the rest of the node across Lightning Network, and on July 14th, the node operator stated to his Twitter followers, he says, well, it's quite clear to me that that build on Bitcoin has a dramatic effect on resources being committed to Lightning Network. Since the day before the conference to today, the capacity has doubled. And then another tweet here says, some dude just became the biggest node on the Lightning Network by opening channels worth $50K US. So supporters are afraid that the node may reduce people's trust in the Lightning Network, while some are using the node for routing, even though they don't trust the guy operating it. So, of course, Lightning Network supporters had a lot to say about Brecken's node, as some believed it was just an expensive marketing attempt for his review website. Some users even argued that Brecken might try to attempt some sort of attack, even though everybody knows who he is. So I kind of doubt that. But as you can see here, all nodes point to this one big node. So this is like, it's so huge compared to all of the other ones. So all eyes on one node. Brecken hasn't disclosed when his official Lightning Network review will be published or what type of testing he has been doing. Just recently, he revealed how much money he's made so far from routing, which turned out to be around 2 cents, 2.8 cents worth of Bitcoin. It's likely Brecken will follow through with a detailed review, but in the meantime, it's safe to say that many Bitcoiners will be watching this node closely. So don't spend all your 2.8 cents in one place. So moving on here, Coinbase exploring new cryptocurrency additions as Kraken trolls as prices react. So I did talk about this the other day, saying that Coinbase is adding a whole bunch of new currencies, 5 currencies, or at least talking about adding 5 currencies that they may possibly add, which I don't even know why they would just say that instead of getting a little bit more sure of it first, but fair enough. So Coinbase's announcement claims to have to arrive for both employees and the public at the same time. So we are making this announcement internally at Coinbase and to the public at the same time to remain transparent with our customers about support for future assets, which I don't really believe, because how could you make this announcement internally and externally at the same time? Wouldn't you have had to have thought about it first before you make the announcement? So therefore, it was kind of before internally. You get what I'm saying there? You get what I'm saying there? Coinbase has come under fire in the past, particularly regarding its listing of Bitcoin Cash, which preceded allegations of insider trading. If you guys don't remember that, they basically ninja added it about 10 days before it was scheduled to be added. And when that happened, everybody was buying it. A lot of people were buying it thinking that Bitcoin was on the cheap because it was only about $1,000 at the time, maybe less. I can't remember the exact price when they added it, but it was very cheap. And so a lot of people mistakenly bought it, and then also they couldn't sell it either. So there was a big liquidity problem. Everybody was just buying it. Nobody was selling it, so it rose the price dramatically. It was a total fiasco. So again, the tweet that I read on this news before, it says, today we're announcing the exploration and the addition of the following assets to Coinbase. So Cardano, BAT, Stellar, Zcash, and Ox. I like to call it Ox even though it's a 0. Despite the apparent attempt at remaining transparent, the statement of intent has led to many question why the exchange giant is even making an announcement of its exploration at all. Thank you for backing me up on that one, article, especially following a cut and dry announcement of future support for Ethereum Classic. Company preemptively responded to such questions by explaining, unlike the ongoing process of adding Ethereum Classic, which is technically very similar to Ethereum, these assets will require additional exploratory work, and we cannot guarantee they will be listed for trading. So, again, why even announce it? I don't know. Furthermore, our listing process may result in some of these assets being listed solely for customers to buy and sell without the ability to send or receive using a local wallet. That's probably not a good idea, Coinbase. We may also enable certain ways to interact with these assets through our site, such as supporting only deposits and withdrawals from transparent Zcash addresses. Finally, some of these assets may be offered in other jurisdictions prior to being listed in the U.S. Again, because the U.S. is a big stickler on whether it's a security or a non-security. But only having the ability to buy and sell it and not being able to send or receive it. That makes a lot of sense. You know, because I'm like, hey, I want to sell my Zcash on Coinbase. Oh, I can't send it to Coinbase, and I can't receive it either. So how can I buy and sell it? That's a very, very peculiar question. So Coinbase also noted that this is something users should get used to seeing, as future announcements of exploration will likely happen in the future. Going forward, you should expect that we will make similar announcements about exploring the addition of multiple assets. The exchange explains, some of these assets may become available everywhere, while others may only be supported in specific jurisdictions. We might add this. We might add this. Why? I don't know. We probably won't. What does that even mean, Coinbase? You guys really need to get it together. I mean, so going forward, you should expect that we make similar announcements so that we can pump and dump assets from our private accounts. I don't. Why? Why even announce that you're exploring something? Why not announce it when you're a little bit more sure? At least be a little bit more sure. Not that you're just exploring it. Why not? Why even? I'm just so confused. So, price manipulation, question mark. So Coinbase competitor Kraken, a US-based cryptocurrency exchange and the world's largest Bitcoin exchange in euro volume and liquidity, nevertheless took the opportunity to troll the San Francisco-based industry leader, tweeting, exciting and important revelation for the community today. Kraken has been contemplating the exploration of maybe adding over 1,600 new coins pending the outcome of our highly sophisticated review process. For a glimpse of the possibilities. And they basically said, oh, well, here's the link here. So Kraken provided CoinMarketCap's list of all cryptocurrencies as those which it is considering. So another quote, another tweet here or whatever, quote, says, exciting and important revelation for the community today. Kraken is adding 1,600 new coins, pending the outcome of our highly likely sophisticated review process. For a glimpse of the possibilities, click this link here. And where does it take you? I wonder where. I wonder where. CoinMarketCap. All of the coins. All of them. The entire list. And it's so big that my computer actually has to load once in a while here because it's hard to even get them all at once. Oh, there it goes. So 1,600 coins it lists. So if you guys didn't get that joke, it's because of exactly what I was just saying earlier. Why would you even announce that you're exploring these cryptocurrencies and then straight up say right after that that we might not list them at all? What's the point of that? Are you just manipulating the prices of these currencies? And here's why. So Kraken, 9 out of 10 trolling. Good job. Very, very subtle, very smooth, very under the radar, very smooth, good trolling. That's high quality. Sousy trolling. Good job, Kraken. So, and then at the final part of the article here, it says, at the time of this writing, all of the coins featured in Coinbase's announcement have experienced positive pumps in price. So when I was reading the article about Coinbase adding these, I was like, you know what? I bet all of these coins have pumped in price. Let's take a look at all these coins and see if I was right or if I was wrong. Oh, wow, look at this gigantic pump for Cardano. What's another coin that they were going to add? Zcash. Oh my, look at this gigantic pump that did not last very long. What's another coin they're adding? Was that Stellar? Oh my, what a gigantic pump. And another one, oh, a whole bunch of pumps. And then another one, oh, look at that, another pump. So who would have thought whenever Coinbase or some exchange announces that it's going to add a new coin, it always gets pumped. And it doesn't last long. It's just like the hype of people pumping it. So if you happen to have this coin before the pump and you sold it, great job, because you just made a lot. Or at least you made a little decent chunk, I suppose, because 7 days ago it was the same price anyway. But, so Coinbase, first, like, what, I can't even, what are you even talking about, Coinbase? Just, yeah, we may add, we're thinking about, possibly thinking about adding these coins. So we're thinking about adding coins. We may think about exploring these coins after we think about what kind of exploration we want to think about with these coins. And we're going to name these 5 arbitrary coins that we think about adding. We're just going to go R-Chain. We're going to add R-Chain. Gifto. We're adding Gifto. Yep, we're adding Gifto. We're thinking about adding Gifto. In 2 weeks, we're going to... First of all, we're thinking about in 2 weeks that we're going to think about adding these coins. So we haven't made any decisions yet. So Coinbase and Kraken, good job at that trolling. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that just tiny little dip of Kraken sauce. But that's all I have, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, I will see you guys next time.